Hello everyone. Welcome to 4sides with me Anjali. US government and Indian diaspora waits eagerly as Prime Minister Narendra Modi is scheduled to visit America on June 21st. He is visiting US on an official visit for the first time on the invitation of President Joe Biden and First Lady Jill Biden. Here's a special report from 4sides.
Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi's US visit gains significance as the Western power is looking towards forming new alliances in South Asia in the face of Chinese dominance. While Modi is scheduled to start his trip with a yoga session at US headquarters in New York, where he'll be leading the session, he will also be attending a state dinner. Earlier this month, it was revealed that India and US are very close to signing deals in order to strengthen their defense ties. The countries will partner for defense and technology. And it is said that General Electric will be setting up manufacturing of F414 engines for their military aircrafts. On the other hand, India envisions domestically manufacturing fighter jets and looks towards US and General Electric in particular. Part of the support will be using the GE engines to power the Tejas Mk2 fighter jets. If this deal is signed, it would be the first of its kind for US definitely, and surely for India as well. The flip side could be that these US engines could be locked for these and other aircrafts that India may produce in the future. If that happens, then India could be depending on the US technology in more massive proportions than what is visible now. That said, this deal could strengthen India's defense. According to an analysis published in India Defense News, in order for India to fight a simultaneous two-front war against adversaries, it needs at least 756 fighter aircrafts. However, currently India is at a deficit of 196 fighter jets. The Defense News site also publishes Richard Rosso's quote for the Wall Street Journal. He is from the Center for Strategic and International Studies, an independent US think tank. He said India is the only country that's actually fighting with China. They can't hold down the fort alone. On June 15th, less than a week ahead of PM Modi's visit, the Defense Acquisition Council, India's highest body for defense procurement, headed by Defense Minister Rajnath Singh, agreed to purchase around 30 MQ-9C Guardian drones. They are also known as the Predator B drones. They are manufactured by General Atomics, and India may be making the parts if a deal comes through. The meeting between Joe Biden and Narendra Modi is expected to bring some long-standing issues to their logical end, or at least make a headway in the desired direction. And this includes visa delays, trade and commerce, import and export tariff disputes, and strengthening partnership in defense, investment and service sector. US is also the largest investor in India. That said, US cannot ignore China, which is also a big market for many major US companies. And in recent times, many CEOs, business heads and diplomats have been visiting China. The recent visit of Tesla chief Elon Musk certifies this, despite the tussle over their global supremacy. And then there was this meeting of old friends Bill Gates and China President Xi Jinping. Just a day before his visit, Gates Foundation had pledged $50 million towards research in China for drug discovery and treatments of infectious diseases such as tuberculosis and malaria, which disproportionately affect the world's poorest, according to a statement from Gates Foundation. Meanwhile, there are also efforts by some companies to expand their presence in India. For example, Apple CEO Tim Cook. He has been looking towards India for increasing his manufacturing capabilities. China is not just world's second largest economy, it is also emerging as a superpower, exercising its influence on many developing nations. This is worrisome for the US, not to mention security threats and China's raids on international companies, and above all, the fear of China attacking Taiwan looming ahead. The reason for the newfound love between India and US and Joe Biden and Narendra Modi, despite India supporting Russia in the Ukraine-Russia equation, is obvious. However, getting around China's imprint, especially in economic sector, is surely a more complex issue for both US and India.
During a press briefing about Prime Minister's visit, Foreign Secretary Vinay Mohan confirmed that defense, trade and investment partnerships and technology would be the talk points. There would be key components that would be in focus during PM Modi's meetings with US President Joe Biden and other officials. PM Modi will also be meeting Antony Blinken over a luncheon on the second day. The state dinner with US President would be on 21st, post which Modi will be meeting Joe Biden. During his visit, PM Modi will meet leaders, prominent people and select CEOs in New York and Washington before leaving for Egypt. Meanwhile, US Secretary of State Antony Blinken will be returning after his China visit aimed at ensuring that disputes do not spiral into a conflict. Blinken met Xi Jinping and other officials and diplomats and called his meeting candid and constructive.